My name is Lorne Jenkins, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Mini Money Management. Today's video is going to talk on the fact that why is money such an emotional topic? So as always, go to minimoneymanagement.com, and for parents, go ahead and try out our free 10-day trial. So I guess the reason I wanted to talk about this today is that I always kind of tell people that money is such an emotional piece of your life, and we never really talk about why. If you look at obviously just the base of it, money is how you put food on the table, you put a roof over your head. So at the end of the day, money has to be an emotional thing because that's how you provide for yourself and your family. And I think the biggest thing that was given to me very early on is like, okay, meet your basic needs. And so we need to teach children from a very young age that, yeah, if you can't meet your needs, it's going to be stressful. You're going to probably deal with mental health issues because money is unfortunately, or fortunately or unfortunately, the driver that's going to get you to kind of that basic level. But then I think the conversation typically stops. But I've had two different friends in two very different walks of life, one who's been in their career for a little while and one who's just starting out. And they both kind of say the same thing. They're like, okay, Lauren, look, like we can put a roof over our heads, we got food on the table, but I don't know what to do with this extra money. And so I've got one friend who's like, I feel like I spend it too much. The other one says, I just save. But they're both extremely stressed out about it. And I think the most eye-opening thing for me was I went from living in North Carolina in Bowie's Creek, where we had maybe 2 restaurants. And so I saved a boatload of money just because I didn't have anything to spend it on. And then I moved to London. And I'm not gonna lie, I traveled a lot, I got to see the world, but yeah, I did end up spending a lot of money, but there wasn't any, I guess, guilt associated with that. And so I think the thing that was really incredible to me is that I went from having a decent amount of money saved up to basically spending it all. But that was the best thing that I could have possibly done, because then it taught me, like, you know what, like, for me personally, if I have the basics covered, everything else is icing on the cake. So I was living in London. I worked 20 hours a week because I was on a student visa, and I was making minimum wage because I was waiting tables. And I was able to still travel around the world. So I went to Spain, I went to Italy, I went to France. I was able to pay rent. And I think the thing is that for me, money was just a tool to get me the basics. And anything I make over that is just icing on the cake. But it took me having to go through that situation to know that, you know what, I don't need a whole lot of money to be happy. So that's not to say that it's not a goal to make money. But again, I think that everybody needs to find their, I kind of want to say their money's zen. So where they can be in a very comfortable place with money, and then everything after that is just icing on the cake. And again, that started for me at a very, very young age because my mom, I tell you guys this all the time, but my mom played the game with me with money. And she said, all right, cool. So I had all my food, I had everything paid for, and I had a little bit of money left over. And for me personally, that was okay. Whereas you look at my little sister, and she was always doing extra chores. She was always trying to earn more money because she wanted to do those extra things. She wanted to do those nicer things. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but being aware of that is extremely important because I don't think she would have made it living in London off of $9 an hour, working 20 hours a week. But my biggest thing was experience, and she likes to do more bougie things, we'll say. So yeah, find your money's in. My name's Lorne Jenkins. I'm the CEO of Mini Money Management. You can go to minimoneymanagement.com and try our 10-day free trial. Oh no! Try our 10-day free trial for parents. I'm gonna cut that last part out. Bye.